Something that's not easily describable is this certain dynamic with your narcissist if you're in a hell of an entanglement. See, there could be chemistry, right? And there's, they create a bond, right? We have connection. And see, what, okay, just in general, I wanted to talk to you about the dynamic of the narcissist when they tell people that they love them in a very, see, when you're in that really heated up place of well, the codependency thing. And well, they're kind of really actually God, they're designed, and they probably don't know it, but they're designed to corrupt you and take your confidence away, right? And they're doing it's like kind of systematic, it's like, well, what's the use of that? They need to hollow you out and jump inside. I don't know, but it's like, so, but they keep telling you that they love you. And so then how that is so destructive, I'll explain. Well, you love yourself, and see, the truth is you would not have a narcissist in your life unless you felt vulnerable somehow and you became needy. Um, Hard to tell who's who with that, but see, they can't be around healthy people or confident people. You just can't. The same with a sociopath, I hear. But I think narcissists are the same. Because, well, if they're going to start to try to one up on you or something, the game that they play that gives them a charge, I don't know. I've never had to be entangled with it. Now, the entanglement is a whole other story, right? Because you are like emotionally invested in your fucking finances and your food and your water, and it could be all hooked up into it, right? And your faith will live. So all of this, see, they're kind of naturally disrespectful, right? Um, to a point where it's like you just realize that they can't really get into you. They get into the fact that you give them something that they want, that particularly, and that's all they want, right? They're getting something from you. They don't really like you or anything else about you. They don't care. They're not watching. They only watch when you are about ready to give them what they are there for. And see that whole thing with, like, how do they do it? Well, they kind of allure you in with their resourcing, right? And now you think you're going to have like this bitch in reciprocation or something, but they're playing a game, right? So you are, well, the codependent part. Um, so when they tell you they love you on top of it all, you begin to think, well, fuck, there's something wrong with me if I can't just accept this beautiful love in my life. Thing is if you keep going, see, they're kind of yeah, distorting you, and they don't know they're doing it. They might not know they're doing it. See, because now who knows what they're talking about when they say they love you. There is the point right there. When you keep hearing it, you should say, well, then you want to start practicing how to do that. I mean, you seem to have an overwhelming feeling. But do you want to be able to turn it into a presence that a real life presence. See, all that love is it's a presence, a space. Like it's literally like um, a presence. What I mean is, it's being present. It really doesn't miss a thing. And well, it's like it's facing you. Love is like dialing in and saying, like pretty soon you're just one with it and saying, "Isn't this great?" And so you have those moments with a narcissist, right? You have a romance. Now, what gets so hard about it? What's the problem? Well, non-presence. In a full round way, kind of perhaps. You know, they could only conduct a certain level of associating with you, and then see, and there's where it's like, babes, what in the fuck are you talking about? Well, I'm talking to you about something. And see, it's so much that you can already have, I've already had bouts with the entity that kind of just goes, oh, well, I apologize, and they just want to like close the door and put this big old happy smile up and say, have a nice day. And it's like, no, babe, you don't treat people like that and not have any fucking like repercussions and consequences. I'm here to tell you that the divine is going to show up for you, and it's going to come in the form of such abrupt challenges and changes, like just ripping you another asshole so fucking hard. Your karma is going to hit you fucking tenfold. It's, if you're lucky, you won't die. See, now I I was kept in this terrible state. As far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure it was not just 3 groups around me, but that directly coming here was practicing witchcraft, which has nothing to do with the Holy Spirit, right? It's saying that I have a fake spirit coming with me, and I like your whole spirit, but mine is it doesn't know how to have a connection, and it's doing it's working well, like you know the chemicals in the body and trying to create a situation, right? That is it's just demonic. Sorry. It's so sad to have been exposed to it, and see those people's families, those people, they have a curse of the Black Witch, and they have a curse on their family. Yeah, and you know they're not free of that karma, and they tend to glom on. They have hives of people around them. It's interesting to just see that it's just the backdrop out there. They have yet to wake up and figure out, like, you know, half of us don't even get along with each other. We haven't even tapped into our feelings about, like, who we are, how we are. You know, see, there's this, I guess, see, my stepmother, I'm drawing off many different versions of just what indeed. It doesn't matter what age, what class, what gender or race, they are exactly the same fucking vibration. You can just see it's like, uh-oh, Mr. Smith, or something just fucking showed up. You're like, uh-oh. It's the same vibration. It's weird. That's what's another thing. It's like, fascinating. You'll get the red flags, right? You'll get the sign, and then, see, it mainly comes out in conversation. There's something that comes out in conversation, I swear. It doesn't have to be that they're narcissists. See, this is such a loosely used term, and we don't really know what we're dealing with out there. But you don't have to get lost in it like I do right here, right in front of your face. You can become a meditator and say, fuck them. Um, you can become a meditator, distinguish the difference between the mind and reality. That's how you do it. You just, that's why a Christian, Catholics, they think meditation is evil. They're like, oh no. Why? Because when they try it, they come across the mind. And it scares them. It's like a ghost. It's like, oh God, no, it's there and it's trying, I imagine they get into a battle and they're basically schizophrenic. They are a fully encapsulated mind. See, a satanic cult took their mind over. That's how the parasite gets in, is through the mind. And you have to realize that's why you don't want to be attached to it. It's like, well, I didn't need to believe that. You know what I mean? Well, you want to stay safe though, don't you? You're not going to get any food or even a bill paid. Exactly. Now that signature echoes off into these people like fucking, like it's a Mr. Smith game. It's like all of a sudden it's like zing, and it's like in full bloom out there right now. It's weird because I think the Tauruses are subjected to this. See, what I mean is that they are just doing this. Well, they're known to be bullies and control freaks. All of the fixed signs are. And yeah, I don't know, man. The Taurus is known to be stoic and shallow. And so if you can imagine, it's like, what is that? So there isn't much to them. They're numbskulls. I don't know. Sorry about that. God, how terrible. I don't doubt they're the fucking most deepest people that we can ever contemplate of being. They're so simple and they're quiet. They see somebody like me or Aquarius over there jittering and they just say, you know what, shut up. Be a person of action more, build something, work hard, get your fucking gold, and sit there and manipulate the shit out of everybody over it. Can't you just do that? God. And be covert about it across the board, be a passive aggressive, and elbow up with Scorpio over there. I don't know. They kind of, sometimes they glom on like that. It's like, how do these people fucking end up with each other? Woo! Talk about karma. Always, though, that the Scorpio has a lot more on Taurus. They are much more deeper. I mean, I don't know. I see a quality about Taurus in both sexes that they just kind of shut down after a certain threshold of truth that may cause a little bit of disruption and pain, just uncomfortable on subject matter. They just have a block, and so that's how interesting they are. They can't really be there for. See, the saying goes, it's like the deeper in hell that you can go, the more in heaven you can get. They're kind of like, well, good, you met a middle ground like the Buddha that just says, I'm a stone. I don't have any expressions, so they kind of like wander off when, see, energy is just heaven and you're expressing at a high volume and you're really happy, right? And they can get jealous. They're just like, they don't want to fuck. They have such a temperament. I know that this is the truth that it could be with the men if they are experiencing a stress and they're going into their negative qualities. They can be just like this fucking ticking time bomb. You don't know when. You have to walk around on eggshells. This is just Taurus. I'm not talking about a narcissist. It's just out there. See, Leos have their negative, really just, it's fucking putrid. I don't see, Leos have the ego that when it's at the negative side, that is a fucking narcissist, 100%, who says, me, 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 me. See, a Leo man is known to, the negative side, the more unconscious, they don't like their partners, women, to be more like shiny than them. They don't want them like, they certainly don't like me. They're like, oh God, we're gonna have to do something about how that she likes to talk a lot, and she might draw the attention off of me. They don't want women around them that draws the attention away from them. Oh, they are the breadwinner. They are the everybody. And it's like, oh, complex and a half there, babes. You're an ego, and you wouldn't be anything without us hovering around you. Well, where are you going to be now? You know, can we coexist here? I'm a fucking narcissist. No, I don't include reality. I am it, and it's like, no. Let's go, kids. The Scorpio narcissist, man. Phew, fucking control freaks and a half. Shit, now you know. See, the thing is they're sitting on money. They have, they know what it is. See, so does Taurus. They've worked hard. Leos are great providers. I don't know what Aquarius is doing over there. They get kind of lost in the electronics. They're like, how do I get $1 trillion out of this thing? Ching ching ching. You know, it's I don't know. I'm sure many ways tried to make money, but because that's where we're at now. It's like, well, how are you going to do it? You're getting money handed down to you as an organism. You don't know this. If you love your government, they're there and they take it, they have it. But see, you're supposed to let people know that you're here. Then people see the way you do it is you practice what I'm saying is the decoding on your keyboard. What you don't have to really know what I know and start like, but I would suggest that you do. You try to get a little bit. Say what I mean is, in order to form this clique, now what has to happen is singularity. See, that's really what has to happen, you guys. And will you ever do it? See, here's the thing. You have to brainwash yourself of two things because they've brainwashed you and you have to undo it. You are sheep. Keep the S up, H up, and the E up. Put the the E down. This is just your logo on here. And the EWE, that's who you are. You, me, we. See, me is we upside down. Kind of like, yeah, there's a way you can manipulate it, see. So, if you can't agree with that, then you can go over there to that club. We're opening our new banking system. It is very simple and says, no, we are here. And with the here, you put the E down. Her and he, do you think they're here too? They're in here, but do you think they're here? Well, babes, we wouldn't have here unless we had them. That's what the damn very configuration HERE is pointing at. We do not have here unless we have he and her. If you want to take the bird out of the word in here and there is here, by the way, that's one of the birds, and then you reduce it down. Her. Reduce that down even more. See, her is a complete, because why? Well, when you see the R there, it says, well, now look for the reverse, and do you see anything else? Yeah, there's a he there. Well, what do you think? Is that the truth? Yeah, both he and her exist here. That's how you're going to take back, that's how you're going to get your money to come in here, babes, and you don't own it. You don't own that. It's going to pay for your communications. It's going to pay for your water bill. It's going to pay for everything that is electronically withdrawn from not your personal bank account. Nobody can have a private bank account. This is a social economic surface system right here that you're looking at. I'm going to keep refining what I'm saying on top of this shit that I'm going through. I'm going to have things breaking down. Follow the directions that I'm saying. Try it. Watch your iPhone start to light up like a fucking slot machine. Watch it. See, I'm not really getting into how, like, with the birds and the words, what I want to specify to the smarter people here. Be aware of abbreviations. ET comes up a lot. We have issues about ET. We're talking about it's the timeless language we're looking into. Everything is timeless here that you're looking at. You don't even know it. Down to your watch. Did you notice that they call your watch a watch? Why? There's a civilization out there that knows way more than you, and I don't think they're all that bad. I don't think they wanted us to become slaves. I really don't. If so, they want us to be a slave to ourselves, mainly like the God that possesses us, the real God, the one that holds us now. What is it? Reality. We have reality here. Have you noticed? Ria, R-E. I love you guys, man. I love this. It's real to me. Shauna, if it's real to you, good for you. It's not real to us. If you will just practice it for a while with your typing, I'm going to open up another session here. It's going to download and I'm going to be able to explain to you why and when to use it. I'm already doing it. I channel and I go into trance. So I have to bring it in more to just, okay, but and tell you, okay, so this is how it's going on. See, you go on the journey and then you come back and you go, oh, this is how it's going on. It's whenever, it's got to be your cup of tea, babes. You need to know good poetry. That, okay, so when you're talking to a Buddhist master, babes, if it's a real life Buddhist master, there's something about their voice, you're going to see, and there's something about their conversation too. You're going to be like, because they're going to start off where they know that you're going to leave off, kind of a thing. It's just more like they kind of dial in. It's all about that conversation. It's just a conversation between two very different types of people. That one's the mind, the other one is the heart, reality infused. Their awareness. One of them is awareness, and one of them is completely not aware yet. They are non-self-reflecting. Depends. There's a sliding scale of how deeply somebody is confused about the difference between the mind and reality. And a lot of people of the West, in the West, do not want any help, right? Because help means that they have to drop their ego and drop this game that they play and all this shit, right? It's hard to tell who's who after a while. We're all being kind of influenced and infected, and the monetary system doesn't. Well, I'm trying to help us, babes. See, this is so strange how I would try to. See, I'm thinking, well, I'm just going to give up asking for the help that I need here privately, like, say. But luckily, somebody showed up with the pain tank. See, I mentioned them because they didn't want anything but me, but the real me, like me. Just, they love me, and they're like, no, you need something? And I'm like, yeah. And I made sure that I made it worth it to them, which I realized how long it's been that I could actually experience a fair trade deal like that felt like healthy. Isn't that scary? Well, what happened, Shauna? Well, first of all, did I start this video off kind of pathetically this way? I don't know. It's that I've been completely isolated. There is nothing that I can gauge right now, except for my own good, clean faculties, which I do have that. I mean, for the most part, I do. You get into an entanglement and you get enmeshed or something like this you just go down, you have this weird journey with somebody who doesn't know how to handle a delicacy, I guess, and which is their love life. Like I said in the beginning, they tell you that they love you, and you begin to think that well, then I guess there's just something wrong with me now. Babes, you were rendered up into a temporary state. Maybe you were having a hard time. There isn't anything wrong with that. There isn't anything wrong with you. There's a lot of things right with you, most likely. Okay? And you don't have to focus on any of the flaws. Just focus on what works with you, right? Babes, I know how to live. They don't. They are so undisciplined and irresponsible. They pacify themselves with what? Oh, all kinds of food, drink, circus. Oh, just anything. See, they can just always just go off and run off to the next thing. And I'm here to tell you, be prepared for the wrath of God. You don't treat people of high quality and kindness and loyalty like crap like that.